Why would you think you would be a good mayor for the citizens and animals and like for Toronto? What would you?
Well, there's a number of things. The first thing I like to, say is that anyone that knows me knows that if I have a skill in particular, or even if I know a little, I won't ask you to do anything that I won't do myself. And I think the mayor should participate more and acquiesce to council and the heads of different departments of the city instead of just demanding them to cut money and find savings here, and go out into the field and kind of like Undercover Boss, that TV show. Just go out and find out what's going on. Don't patronize people. Ask what they need. A lot of the answers probably lie inside of the city workers and the councillors. And if you went out there, that'd be better. I know that Mayor Tory liked to brag about the fact he was in his office all day long working. I don't know that the mayor's work needs to be in the office as much, and they take many days off that I would sub in. So I would go in the field, first of all, more often each week, and more often over the year by taking less days off to see what's going on, to try and help somebody, not criticize, scrutinize, or penalize. That's the first thing you do. That's why I would be a good mayor, because that's the way I operate. I come from free enterprise. Why I'd be a good mayor is I'm outside intelligence. Most of the people running now have been in office as a councillor, they're career politicians, one way or the other, or they're just angry and they're just blasting the situation. I've been in business. I ran a company in England. I've been on tour around the world. I've been involved in trips to the Amazon jungle. I have a patent. I can find my way through legalese in many ways, even trademark, copyright law, particularly even music. I know the background behind the copyrights there as well. So all this, I could function inside of the bureaucracy and chair it, just like anybody else. But the difference is I'm coming from somewhere else where there's has-to situations, where I couldn't put it off or ask for money. I had to find money. So I can find money. So I would get money from corporate citizens. Good corporate citizens want to contribute. I would think some of the rideshare companies might want to contribute to Wheel-Trans. That maybe some of the people that sell non-recyclable, single-use plastic only should maybe pay a fee, those people, to sell those products within the boundaries of Toronto to pay for a recycling program. So I find money. That's what business people do. But I have great respect for service. My mother was a Victoria Order of Nurses, and basically she went out to see people for free that had nobody to help them. So service is important to me, but it's got to be balanced with good business. That's why I'd be a good mayor. Third, I care. I lost my father last year. I think it's a shame he wasn't able to get to Toronto, one of the housing units, and there's other things that happened to him. Ultimately, I lost some other relatives in other locations, and really, we're not looking after people. Having the loss made it apparent to me, and also having stage 4 cancer twice and being saved by some hospitals here, shout out to St. Mike's, Mount Sinai, that when you're faced with that kind of tragedy that's very serious, I hope that someone young like yourself doesn't have to face, you have to decide what you're going to do about it. And I wanted to do something to give back, because I probably, in many cases, if I was in other circumstances, other cities, I wouldn't be here. I would have died. And I wouldn't have been taken care of. And I wouldn't be able to have a free country to say things like this in. So I care. It's as simple as that. Money, I've operated with very little money most of my life, whether I make the $280,000 as mayor. I don't want the perks, because I can operate on very little. These other people, I see their fitted suits. Take a shot at some people that were happy to work with Tory before, that now want to bring in this idea, this Office of Coordination for Instruction. Beautiful fitted suits. I see that style is very English. When I was in England, I didn't wear a suit like that. But anyway, when I ran the company, I'm not like that. I'm going to be like this. I just want to find out what's going on. Are we getting value for our money? How can I help? If after a while it doesn't work, then I'm going to have to do something about it. Maybe people will get fired.